Welcome, Coach Ryan Bernardi, Prolific Prep, to the Grind Session 10 in 10 interview.
Hey, Rick, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to ask you 10 questions in 10 minutes so the Grind Session fans get to know you a little bit better. Are you ready?
Let's go.
All right, Ryan. So, first question is you've won 2 Grind Session World Championships in your first 2 years seasons of Prolific Prep with a chance for a third this year. What's been the key to helping the program continue to be so successful?
Yeah, we're really happy to be back-to-back Grind Session Championships, the champions. And I think the key to that has been, number one, we've had really good players both years. You have to have talent to win. Good coaches are made by good players. And so the talent in our team, the sacrifices of our players is probably the first reason why. And I think the second reason why is we've just had a great infrastructure from top down with our staff. With the culture of our staff, with the culture of our team. And so, yeah, I'd say those are the 2 biggest reasons why.
All right. You had an incredible moment this past June when Yves Missy, our center from last year, got drafted into the first round of the NBA draft. What did that experience mean to you as a coach?
It was probably the coolest moment I've had as a coach, in that to be there in New York City to see Yves Missy drafted to the New Orleans Pelicans, to sit there on the floor with them. It was such a cool moment because Yves worked so hard for it. Mm-hmm. And it was also not a guarantee, right? You have some players that, they're top of the class. You can kind of bank on it. Yves was not that. Yves struggled at the start with us. Baylor talked about redshirting him, and Yves just continuously improved during his time with us and during his time at Baylor. And to see him drafted and his family be there from Cameroon was a special moment.
Yeah, he's a really good kid. All right, number 3, before Prolific Prep, you won 2 state championships in North Carolina at the Burlington Academy. How did that experience prepare you for coaching at the elite level with Prolific Prep?
Yeah, I think anywhere we've been as a staff and I've been as a coach, we've tried to treat it like we were coaching the Boston Celtics. And so we would coach 7th grade AAU, and we'd treat it like the Celtics. And I think our experience at the Burlington school gave us all the mini experiences that we'd have to do here at Prolific: recruiting, scheduling, scouting, practice planning. So everything that we had to do here at Prolific, we'd done just at a smaller, less elite level. And so we tried to do as many things as similarly as we did here. And I think that, continuity with our staff has helped us as well.
All right. At just 27 years old, you've already achieved a lot in high school basketball. What's been your biggest challenge as a head coach so far?
Biggest challenge as a head coach? That's a good question. I think the biggest challenge has been dealing with the evolution of the space and how the space has changed so much in 7 years. Really the last 3 or 4 years, right? And how many different factors there are outside of just coaching basketball. I think if it was all about practices and games and scouting reports, I think the job would be pretty cookie cutter. But dealing with the personalities, dealing with the circles and representations of each individual player, I think has been the biggest challenge.
So you've had 4 players in the last 2 years make the McDonald's All-American team. What is your approach to developing that level of talent?
Yeah, the first thing is it's relationship based, right? Like, we're big on, you have to create relationships and you have to have sweat equity and you have to have time spent with players, before you can start yelling at them, swearing at them, cursing them, pushing them hard. I think relationships come first. But then treat them just like you would any other player, and actually holding them to a higher level and a higher standard has allowed our best players to have a lot of success.
All right. The last 2 years, you've made the Geico/Chipotle High School National Championships. We fell in the first round. What do you have to do to get over that hurdle this year?
It's a great question. It's something we think about every day, right? Because both of those losses were gut-wrenching, dramatic defeats, right? The IMG defeat was on a buzzer beater from 3/4 court, and the Link defeat was one that we led in for the majority of the game and ended up losing in double overtime. And so I think our team has to be better at late game execution. We have to be better at winning close games. And so that's a daily focus in terms of execution. because both of those games were probably the more talented team. Both those games we had very good chances to win. And so, we made adjustments from year 1 to year 2, right? Going from the IMG loss to the Link game, we were way better prepared, and we were the better team for a large majority of that game. And it was unfortunate that we came up short.
You've been coaching with Caleb Vandenberg and Matt Ryan for the past 7 years, starting at the Burlington Academy. How has that continuity helped shape the culture of your teams?
Yeah, I think our staff culture, is the kind of starting point for all of our success, because we know each other like the back of our hands. We work together very well. We complement each other's strengths and weaknesses very well, and then that carries down to our players, and they see the care and love we've got for each other, and that carries down to our players. And so it's been a really fun part, with Caleb and with Matt to be on this journey with.
What do you think sets Prolific Prep apart from other elite high school basketball programs across the country?
I think the investment in basketball, how much we care about basketball, how much we care about the players as people, how much we want and advocate for their individual accolades, I think is a big one, right? We are big on our players achieving their individual goals. And so that's something that I think sets our program apart, and how much our players have achieved their individual goals, right? 12 McDonald's All-Americans, 15 players in the Nike Hoop Summit, 8 players in the NBA, 3 have signed shoe contracts. And so we're very proud and really push for our individual players' success.
Awesome. With the possible future in college coaching for you, how are you preparing yourself for that next step in your career?
Yeah, I think the big thing we're trying to get our team to focus on this year, and a big thing that we are focused on as a staff, and I am, is that today is the only day that matters, and today's the most important day, and we're trying to win a championship today. And so I think for me in my career, I think as long as you treat every day like it's the most important day, regardless of what or when or whatever there is could be in the future, I know that we've given everything we've had to where we're at. And I know this, we're not going anywhere until we get over the hump here, and we find a way to win a championship here, both the grind session championship, which we've done twice, but also a national championship.
Okay, looking forward to this season, what excites you most about this Prolific Prep team, and what should all the grind session fans be looking for?
I love the way our team complements each other. We've got very complementary skill sets on our roster. We've got guys that do different things well. Last year, our team was a little redundant. We had a bunch of the same type of player and the same strengths. And this year, we have a very diverse skill set on our team. We've got an old and mature team this year, right, with 3 seniors leading the way, where last year, we had some underclassmen being our best players. And so we're excited about our experience. And so I think you're going to like the way our team plays. You're going to like the way our team shares the ball. I think fans will really like our style of play, and would like to watch us succeed this year.
Awesome. Ryan, thank you so much for being with us today, and good luck this season.
Thank you, Rick.